Hello and welcome to Mission Impactful, where we connect with some great local nonprofits who are making it their mission to create a positive impact. Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce and the Nonprofit Network, and most importantly, your host. First, I would like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break, where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. On this week's episode of Mission Impactful, we're going to learn about a local nonprofit who works to provide programs that guide, support, and empower families and individuals to achieve self-sufficiency with dignity and hope. Today, we are meeting with Courtney Morrow with United Community Family Services. Courtney Morrow is a Detroit transplant of 9 years by way of Tennessee, is the Director of Development at United Community Family Services, where she leads growth strategy to support low-income families in Southeast Michigan. With over a decade of experience in the nonprofit sector, she has helped grow organizational revenue, design impactful programs, and build meaningful partnerships throughout the community. So, Courtney, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So, first, I'd love to start the conversation and understanding United Community Family Services' holistic approach to supporting families.
Yes, so UCFS, United Community Family Services, we've been around for 64 years. We started with 20 women just volunteering, pooling their money, pulling extra pots and pans and clothes out of their basement to provide them to people who need them in the community. Specifically refugees and immigrants. Now we are a robust organization. We have
definitely more than 20 women.
Yes. We're still a small but mighty team, yes. Mostly women. Now we are providing wraparound services. So we're really trying as best we can to be a one-stop shop. Mm-hmm. Asking for help is very difficult. I would say that's probably the hardest part. For our clients. And so we try to make sure that they can get as much in one spot, whether that be basic needs, food assistance, employment assistance. We have programs for children, seniors, immigration assistance, and even asset building programs. So we're trying to make it easy on the people that we're serving.
I will also say, so I've been there a few times, and it's just a really warm and inviting space because it is one of those environments where each room kind of has a different, like you see, where someone could almost feel like they're going shopping. And it just feels like a warm place where it kind of removes that fear level of asking for help because you almost have you're a little more empowered, I would say, when you go there.
Yes, that is absolutely the goal. We're trying to empower our clients to achieve self-sufficiency so that they can move upward and onward and kind of graduate from our programs. And we really try to focus on doing that with dignity. Like it says in our mission statement, that is our number one goal.
Yeah.
Like I said, asking for help is hard. So we want to make sure that when our clients are coming to us, they're getting a customer service level standard of care.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And
Absolutely.
I think the fact that you're talking through the dignity piece, it's really important because asking for help, we all need help in life. And you guys offer so many services. But I think that stems from your core values as an organization. Do you mind talking a little bit about your guys' core values?
Yes, I would love to. Like I said, we are really focused on dignity and upholding that for everyone. So, for example, like you were saying, in our share house, which is our warehouse.
It's really cool. I mean, it is really cool. And also, I do have to give you a shout out. I have never seen an unhappy volunteer there.
Oh, thank you.
It's one of those things where I actually feel like your volunteers feel the impact.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of unique. So I'll give you a lot of credit for that.
I think it's one of the benefits of volunteering with a smaller local nonprofit. You know exactly where your work is going.
100%.
Sorry,
core value.
No, that's okay. In our share house, like you said, our clients get to shop. They have a private appointment. They're not going to accidentally run into their neighbor or be reaching for the same pair of jeans as someone else at the same time. All of that is a piece of upholding dignity. We are constantly asking for feedback from our clients of how we're doing. How long did it take you to get an appointment? Was that fast enough for you? Did the person that helped you, were they nice? And also asking them what programs could we implement that are going to help you, because our clients know best what they need to help them, like I said, move upward and onward.
I enjoy that you're calling everyone a client. instead of someone who needs care or someone you're helping.
Yes.
There's something to be said about calling them a client.
Absolutely. Like I said, it goes to that dignity piece. We are trying to make sure that everyone feels like they are getting customer service. Like we're not here to cross you off the list and move you along. Yeah. We are trying to make sure that you're getting good service, good customer service, and having a dignified experience.
And knowing that they're actually cared about.
Yes,
which
100%.
Is, I think, key as well.
And true. Yeah. Very true. For everyone that works there, I think to be in the nonprofit sector, you really have to be committed.
Yeah.
This is not just a job for anyone. We're all there.
No one in the nonprofit sector is really feeling overjoyed. They're really tired and exhausted. So when they're putting their smiles out first, it really means they care.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, guys, I think this is a great moment to take a quick break and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
My name is Kamal Shohaib. I am the owner of Choice Properties and the Choice Group, and we do business in 5 states. We started dealing with Trion about 10 years ago, and they were highly recommended. We like to deal with companies that care about the community that they do business with, and we feel Trion does that because we witness the wonderful things that they do for the community on so many levels.
And that is why we rely on Trion.
You can always rely on Trion.
Welcome back to Mission Impactful, presented by Trion Solutions. We are here with Courtney from United Community Family Services. So, Courtney, we've talked about, obviously, the dignity and all of the clients that you're serving, but let's talk about your younger clients. You obviously do a lot with the youth as well. So let's talk about some of the programmatic aspects of what you guys are doing there for the youth.
Yes, absolutely. And we're actually expanding right now. So like I said earlier, we are providing wraparound services for everyone, and that includes our kids. So during the school year, we have an after-school tutoring program. The kids come in, they get 1 hour of homework help, or we have a reading specialist come in and help them out. They're receiving tutoring, and that way they're doing well in school on the report card where it counts. And then the second hour, they're getting to do a fun hands-on STEAM activity. So they're still learning.
So it's educational, but they don't necessarily, I like
exactly,
this.
But they may not know it. And then we are providing dinner. So that the kids are well fed and they're able to focus. It used to be a snack, then it was a hearty snack. Now it's a full meal.
So what ages are this? Is this from like K through 12, or what age range do you work within?
There is no limit necessarily, but our children are about 1st grade to 8th grade.
Okay.
We'll split them up. We'll do the younger kids and the older kids in 2 separate rooms.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yes.
They don't usually like to hang out.
Yeah. We tried a mentoring aspect, and the older kids were like, come on.
They wanted their own kind of class for that.
Yes. So we expanded this program into our summer study camp. Mm-hmm. So we're essentially doing the same thing, but twice the time. The kids are still getting some tutoring, reading specialist is coming in and helping them. We hire teachers during the summer. And then they get to go outside. They're still doing the STEAM activities. It keeps them engaged. It's combating the summer slide, so where our kids are losing a lot of what they learned.
The brain putty from summer break. Yes, that makes sense.
They lose a lot of what they learned during the school year. So it's combating the summer slide. And then additionally, we're giving them a backpack full of food to take home for the week.
Oh, that's great.
It's nutritional. It's easy to make. So if some of the older kids are maybe watching their younger siblings while mom's working or something along those lines, they're able to pop it in the microwave and kind of
it's also kind of empowering them to do their own meals, which
absolutely.
that is the step of making sure you're being self-sufficient.
Yes, absolutely. So we're trying to do the same thing for our little ones that we do for our adult clients, and then they bring that backpack back the following week. We refill it, and so they're not missing out on food just because school is out for the summer.
Makes sense. Well, obviously, I know how impactful you guys are, but I guess my last question to you is, what are ways people can get engaged, and what are ways that they can help? Can they volunteer? What are some of these great opportunities you can provide?
One of the most meaningful ways you can get involved is volunteer. Mm-hmm.
And they smile.
Yes.
They smile.
We have some of the best volunteers, truly. But volunteering, it is so important. We've seen a lot of growth in the need from the community in the past several years, and our volunteers are the only reason that we've been able to keep up with it. Another very meaningful way it is giving.
Donating is key.
Absolutely. But you don't have to write $1,000 check. If you can afford to add $10 a month to your budget and sign up and set it, forget it, that is what sustains nonprofits, especially smaller local nonprofits like UCFS. That's what sustains us and keeps us going so that we are able to help our clients right when they need it instead of having to reactively figure out what we're going to do.
Well, and I think people underestimate monthly gifts because if they're giving monthly, and not saying you guys can fully count on that, people can change their mind, but this is money coming in that's not only going to help you grow, but it gives you that kind of time to also find those new donors too, to bring to the table because it's not free to make impacts as great as what you guys do.
Absolutely.
So it takes those good donations, no matter the size, to make sure you guys can provide these great services for the community.
Yes, our monthly donors truly do sustain us throughout the whole year.
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
That's all we have here today on Mission Impactful. Firstly, I'd like to thank Courtney. You've been a wonderful guest. We love what you guys are doing within the community.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
For sure. And that's all we have here today on Mission Impactful. Special thanks to our guest, Courtney, with United Community Family Services, and to our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. For more information on the Nonprofit Network or how to join the Troy Chamber, go to troychamber.com. We all have the ability to make positive change, and I hope today you make it your mission to be impactful. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.